Star Up, Star Down is your report card, brought to you by Wild Fork Foods and Johnson Fitness and Wellness here on Shan and RJ, along with Cowboys insider Bobby Belt.
Yeah, Donovan Wilson was supposed to be who was covering him, Brad, just in case you were curious.
Dude.
That was just a single jab step from McMillan, and Donovan bit hard and slipped, fell down, and then could not get back up in time. And it's Donovan Wilson was bad yesterday. And I don't hear anybody on the fan text say, Wilson got an interception, because you will get somebody who'll say that today. It doesn't matter. He was awful. And he's...
You feel bad for him being put in this position? Is it unfair to him?
A little, but he's not playing well. There's a lot of this that's still...
I like to see his PFF coverage grades over the years to see if it's been this bad.
He's not a good cover guy, and Matty Eberflus. I understand Hooker's out right now. I don't care. There's no one else in the secondary. There's no one else at safety who would struggle more. This is somebody who does not understand what he's looking at with his personnel right now, or is just digging in defiantly over something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he just doesn't like Wanye Thomas. I'm not sure.
2024, he was a 56.6. That was 112 out of 171 safeties.
This is just coverage?
Just coverage. His range for coverage generally has been between 56 and 59 for his career.
That's
which
bad.
They don't know what they're doing anyway over there. So.
Which that is considered...
Cowboys or PFF?
PFF. And their defensive coordinator,
yeah. That is considered to be replacement backup level.
Yeah, you can't convince me there's no one on the street that could at least... If you lose it in run defense, physicality, leadership, I get it. You cannot tell me there's no one on the street in the National Football League who could cover better at that spot.
You don't have to take him off the football field.
Yeah.
He can play up in the box.
Yeah.
Dan Quinn found uses for him, and we didn't see Dan Quinn putting Donovan Wilson in coverage getting blown up consistently. That was both touchdowns. He gave up 2 touchdowns yesterday. He gave up the... I don't think it was the last one. It was the one with 2 minutes left against the Giants. That was his. He's not even been in coverage. He's like the reverse James Houston, where it's like, is he back there all the time? And it's like, no, if he's back there all the time, he'd be giving up more. He's giving it up just whenever he's back there.
The amount of still shots I've been able to take so far this season through 6 weeks, and it's a Where's Waldo of trying to find the nearest defender. I've never had this happen in 15 years of Cowboys coverage. Just pause, picture, and look for the closest defender. And we're talking 6 yards of gap, 7 yards. It's not even close. It's like we're the only ones who struggle with traction out there on the field. Diggs is on a slip and slide. Like, I don't know what's going on cleat-wise. I don't see their guys falling
It's
like
turf.
this. Yeah, I don't know, but Donovan Wilson got lost. And Ted McMillan, a name that we know well, Tetaroa, with his first 2 touchdowns of his career. That first one you just heard made it 10-10, and then the second one he loses Wilson in the fourth for the 27-24 lead. Star down, Donovan Wilson.
Yeah, and then in general, you mentioned the yards of separation. This team is giving yards of separation at the line of scrimmage on big time plays on fourth and shorts, and allowing these.
We'll get to that at 6:40.
To allow Renfro just to sit there and
Diggs is terrified.
Run free, yeah, like just quick slant. I mean, that's the easiest play. It's pitch or catch.
The Cowboys are just going to put you on. It's like in baseball. We're going to put you on because we feel like the 3-run homer is coming. So we're just going to go ahead and put you on base. Trayvon Diggs does not want to play tight coverage at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, I think he does. I think he got benched for it the last time he did it, though. He played tight, he jammed, and he slipped, and they put him on the bench.
Now,
for
the
that.
cushion is a coaching thing, right? That's not just giving free reign and saying...
Yeah, it's not like I can go pick where I stand, right? Like, generally, it's a coaching point of, like, you're lined up in the defense where you're supposed to be based on down distance and everything else.
Well, I can't... There's on a down and distance at 4th and 3 or whatever that would have you play 11 yards back.
Now, I'll give...
Is there? I mean, am I wrong on this one?
I'll give...
Well, there's a little added nuance to it, but we'll get to it at 6:40.
No, and I'll just say, I'll give Bryce Young credit for... that was the most he threaded the needle the entire day was on that 4th down throw. Like he did. Now, I also think it's because he didn't see Kenneth Murray when I went back and watched it, but it was absolutely just on a line in there. I'm going to go start out just in general to your coaching staff for yesterday. It's coming off of a week with the Jets game where it's like, oh, this is we had a coaching advantage, and there have been several weeks recently where he said you had a coaching advantage. This was not that yesterday. You lost the chess match with Schottenheimer. You lost the chess match with Matt Eberflus. Their entire coaching staff yesterday just did not have a great day. Players didn't either. But, man, to me, the issue here is you can look at it and say personnel on defense all you want. The problem is when it is something so systemic and unit-wide, they are all having the same sort of problems at all three levels of the defense. That is your coach at that point. Something is wrong there. Like, you can have guys who are getting beat, whatever else, but we saw against the Jets. If they just stand where they're supposed to, it works out great. There's something wrong with the way you are telling them to play and the way you're telling them to do their jobs. You are messing something up.
Brian Schottenheimer on why he still has confidence that Eberflus can fix it.
Yeah, that's a great coach. I mean, Matt's a great coach. He's been around. Everywhere he's ever been, he's had good defenses, and it's not just Matt by himself. Matt's trying. The players are trying. This is not a lack of effort. This is not that. It's, again, we have to be able to play more complementary defense. And, early in the season, we were getting hurt throwing the football. And, this game, we got hurt running the football. We were not surprised. We got to tackle better. Our gap control is not very good right now. That's the big thing I'd say to you. Our gap control is not where it needs to be. We're not fitting gaps right. I think, first half it seemed like there was, almost probably 75, 80% of their runs, the guy was 4 or 5 yards before, we had contact on him. That's not good enough. And we know that. And we're going to address it.
It's not.
How many weeks can you keep saying it?
Well, and he's trying isn't enough. I don't care that he's trying.
Yeah.
He's got something that's broken. And nobody.
And we're going to address it.
The effort thing.
17 weeks, coach.
I'm not sitting here talking about. I don't think any of us have really talked about effort with the defense at any point. It's just, it's bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, we agree.
Our fits and our this and our that and our that and that. Okay.
I 100% believe Matt Eberflus is trying, but he's trying to make his defense work. He is trying to do he's got a size 7 foot that he's trying to jam in a 5 or something. It doesn't fit. Sorry. Change it. Do something different. Try to do something different. That's when you're really trying.
I feel bad for him if he has a size 7 shoe.
You know what I'm saying? I had already started the analogy. I was thinking size 9 shoe. I was like, that'd just be too spacious. So I had to say size 5.
Yeah, look, I mean, there's a lot to do with the coaching too, and Olsen brought this up. He was like, boy, this right out of the gate, it's like, wow, that's a really kind of conservative game plan they have to start this game. I mean, you're starting this game, you throw a 2-yard pass.
Yeah.
Now, look, I know that.
Greg was basically saying abandon all early runs.
Right.
And maybe abandon the run altogether.
I don't think their first play design coming out of the week on when they started this up on Wednesday is, hey, let's throw a 2-yard pass to Spanford. Like that was a emergency situation. But it was like finally after the first series you punt, and then the second series it starts off, you got a 3rd down. It's like, oh, now let's go find George Pickett. It's like, now this is the guy we got to find.
Olsen, speaking of him, he said it yesterday. Which they don't play very well in man coverage. They don't play very well in zone coverage. It doesn't really seem to matter.
I think it was 85% zone yesterday, by the way.
And they've been 85 to 90% this year. Olsen said yesterday, he was like, talking about Dallas's defense, and he's like, when you play zone that much and you're predictable, you don't challenge the offense's thinking at all. They just walk up there and go, okay, I know what this is. You have to change it up.
Anything in sports.
Something.
It is a declaration written in any sport. If I tell the other lineup I'm throwing nothing but fastball, you're getting murdered. What does everyone say about facing a great offensive player in basketball? The only thing I can do is change up looks. Right. That's it. I just got to make him guess.
Force him left, right? Whatever.
Force him left. And then the next time, force him right.
Right.
That's the only thing I can do against Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. The only chance that I have, they're going to get theirs, they're great players, is mixing up coverages and making them think the pressure's coming from this side. That is a sports declaration. It is a rule. And we're just like, no, it's going to be 90% zone every single week.
Yeah. You got to get him in the middle. You got to get him thinking it could be anything. Watch the ALCS right now. Smoltz is talking about this left and right. If you're a hitter and you're you're thinking you got if you have any thought in your mind like, well, I don't know what he's going to do here, you're already screwed. Because that fastball's going right by you, and it's the same thing here.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be 50-50 or whatever. Dan Quinn was running the highest man rates in the NFL while he was here, basically, or he was top 3 most years. Dan Quinn was still running man about like 40% of the time. It's not, most teams don't run primary man, but you can't just never run. Like, you got to at least change it up. And to me, look, I could even live with 85% zone coverage if I thought you were going to change up your blitz rates at all and not change them up the wrong way by like doing it less.
Yeah.
There's so many times out there where, and we've talked about it, there's just this, the most common look I've seen from a Cowboys defender this year is this. Arms up, turning their hips and looking at someone like, why weren't you doing it? Why weren't you doing it? It's very much a pass the buck, low accountability interaction on defense.
Star down run D. First offensive drive, Rico had 42 yards. Reddy Stewart came up with a third down stop. It was only 3-0. At halftime, though, they had 88 on the ground. That was their most and a half this season. Kenny Clark, I thought that the trade was made for run D, Jerry, Steven. Finally, we called and saw Kenny Clark, I think, in the fourth quarter. Maybe we should be run blitzing. Bobby, you may have to do a tutorial, X's and O's, on what the hell a run blitz is, because I think I'd rather run blitz than pass blitz. Osa? When's the last time you've heard Osa Odighizuwa's name?
When he got his contract?
When he got his contract, first down yardage gained per run was what? Because it felt like 7 to 8 yards. The Cowboys were against the sticks throughout the day. 3rd and 5, always in third. How many third downs did they attempt? And what was the average gain on first? It felt like 7 to 8. Rico had 14 runs of 7 yards or more. 14. The Cowboys didn't have one. I think this ended up with
longest was 6.
Longest was 6 what?
For the Cowboys.
The
longest
rush
run was 6 yards.
It ended up, I think, 216 to 31 in terms of the rush total. They weren't happy with the run D last week against the Jets, and they weren't happy with their rushing attack. 9 runs of 2 yards or less, with Javonte averaging 2.2. So they got destroyed on the line of scrimmage. But run D, obviously, big fat star down.
Big fat start. Even when they hit Rico behind the line of scrimmage, he still fell forward for 2 yards.
Shoddy on why the run defense stunk.
I want to look at it. They controlled the game, on both sides, and you got to give them credit for that. We knew they were a physical football team. We weren't surprised by that, but they were able to run it, and we weren't. And this is a game where you got to win the line of scrimmage, and we didn't win the line of scrimmage today. I told the team that. It's disappointing, but I got to give them a lot of credit. They ran hard, they blocked well, and we have to be better. And we'll look at it and we'll get it fixed.